So we've got a 2,600 square foot office. The thing is, no one really wants to rent this out as an office anymore. Since the COVID-19 crisis, the office market has changed beyond all recognition for this type and size of office. So exactly, what are we going to do with it? How are we going to repurpose it? In this video, I'm going to explain what we're doing, so stay tuned. My name is Ranjan Bhattacharya. I've been investing and developing properties for the last 30 years. You may have seen me on the hit Sky TV show Property Elevator, or you may have attended one of our Central London property networking events, the Baker Street Property Meet. If you haven't attended, then turn up this month. I'll leave the link on the screen and in the description below. So here we are in this office. As I mentioned in the intro, basically the office market has transformed now. I mean, people are working from home more. Businesses are not really taking large amounts of office space in the same way that they once did. So this is a 2,600 square foot of office space. It was home to a recruitment company before, and they had about 30 employees here. But they actually moved to a lot more smaller accommodation than this. So what do we do with this? What are our options? Now, regular viewers will know that I frequently bang on about converting commercial space, defunct commercial space, into residential use. Now, what I actually mean is repurposing. If there's no demand for the commercial space as it is, then you've got to repurpose it. Now, that repurposing can be commercial to residential conversion, or it can be commercial to an alternative commercial use type of conversion. Now, first of all, I always say to people, look, when you're repurposing a building, try to repurpose every inch of space in that building to achieve the optimum outcome for you in terms of cash flow and revenue. So different spaces need different treatment. Now, in the case of this particular location, we have to equate what is best. Will an alternative commercial use be better than, say, a residential use? Now, if you come with me, you'll see a little bit about where this office is. It's on the ground floor, first of all, and it's on a busy main road. And basically, the office fronts right up onto the pavement. So because of its position, because of the busyness of it, although the floors above might make good residential accommodation, the ground floor probably won't make the best. But then again, because it's such a busy road, with plenty of people walking past, cars walking past, and stuff like that, and very close to the city centre, it will attract a lot of commercial occupiers. Now, the thing is, it's not attracting office occupiers. So what do you do? The government recently completely transformed the way commercial properties are treated, if you like. Since 1948, commercial properties have been governed by strict usage classes. So you had things like A1 usage, which covered shops and retail type of uses. You had A2, which was for financial services, banks, building societies, insurance brokers, and that kind of thing. You had A3, which is for restaurants and cafes. You had B1, which was for offices. And you had some D1 usages, which were things like GP surgeries, dentist practices, and kids' day nurseries. So under the old rules, if I had an office which was classed as B1 usage, and I wanted to, say, turn this place into a restaurant, I would have to go to the local authority, the local council, and ask for full planning permission to do so. And guess what? They wouldn't have any of it. They would resist. Now, in September 2020, the government rolled up all these usage classes, all these old usage classes, which have been there since 1948, and put them under a new commercial property usage class called E. And this gives landlords, commercial landlords, phenomenal flexibility. Because now, under these new rules, if you have a commercial unit, which is in this case an office, this can be repurposed to anything, any use under usage class E. So this could be a restaurant, this could be a gym, this could be a bank, This could be all sorts of different types of premises. So under the old rules then, if I'm letting out this B1 office space and I'm putting it on the market and someone wants to come in here and operate it as a restaurant, they have to go through full planning application, and that will take them months. It'll cost them a lot of money as well, and they may or may not get it. And businesses simply can't wait and can't handle that sort of uncertainty. So if you're looking for a restaurant, you would much rather find a location that's already designated for A3 usage. Now, of course, because this is usage class E, any business of any usage within that broad usage class can now come in and occupy this without asking the council for any permission whatsoever. This gives businesses a lot of flexibility, this gives landlords a lot of flexibility, and this allows commercial properties to be easily repurposed. We'll get back to the video in just a moment. What is the most exciting opportunity in property right now? And that is repurposing defunct commercial buildings to residential use. Now, most people don't really know where to start, what to look for, and how to exploit these opportunities. And that's why I've prepared 90 minutes of free training for you to get you started on this wonderful journey. You can register for this free training at property-workshop.com. Join me on that free training, and I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of the video. So when we put this property on the commercial letting market, we didn't have any interest at all from anyone looking to occupy this space as an office. We did get two interested parties. One was looking at it as a kind of private gym for personal training type of business and that kind of stuff. But the occupier that is moving in here now is a private GP practice. If you're liking this video, make sure you smash that like button. Also subscribe, hit the bell icon so you're kept up to date when we put up new videos. So what can you take away from this? Well, firstly, when you think about repurposing defunct commercial buildings, think about the most valuable usage of that space when you repurpose it. A lot of the time it is residential, but sometimes the best use of that space is going to be an alternative commercial use. Now, thanks to the new usage class E, you've got a wealth of flexibility in what you can repurpose that building to. So if you've got a former bank building, for example, no one will come in and occupy it as a bank. We all know they're closing down. You're more likely to get a restaurant or someone like that in there. But now, because they're all under the usage class E, you do not have to apply for planning permission. The restaurant can just come into the bank and you're good to go. With this is an office, this is also under usage class E. You can appeal to anyone, any usage within usage class E to come into this building. That gives landlords a lot of flexibility, and ultimately this will mean that there are less empty, vacant, defunct commercial premises because landlords have greater flexibility on choosing whether to repurpose them to alternative commercial uses or convert to residential use through permitted development. Now, I run a lot of specialist training courses to share with investors how they can get involved in commercial property and repurposing commercial buildings. So join me on my 90-minute masterclass training session where I get you started on the wonderful journey in commercial property. You can sign up for that. It's absolutely free. It's online. I'll leave a link in the description and it's on the screen below as well. And make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon if you haven't already done so, because the tenants here will be moving in very shortly and they'll be kitting this place out. And we'll be following that journey on this channel, so stay tuned for more. High streets across the land are changing forever. Basically, there's an oversupply of retail premises. Shops are closing down, more are going to close down in the future. The government know this, and that's why they're introducing a light touch planning system which allows small developers to easily repurpose these buildings to residential use under a light touch planning regime called permitted development. Now, this is going to be the biggest revolution and the biggest change and the biggest opportunity for property investors that I've ever seen. And this is all coming into effect on 1st of August. So you need to know what's happening and what properties to look for to take advantage of these opportunities so that you can get in there and take that first mover advantage. I've got a 90-minute free masterclass to get you ready for August the 1st. Make sure you join me, click the link below. Whether you're a beginner or expert, we'll get you started.